I decided to do a little bit of a throwback. It is 2021, but we're gonna go back to 2016, 2017. WWE 2K17 came out. There isn't a video out there from me that says how to create the best universe mode in that game, so I thought I would do that today. Those of you who still want to do universe modes in that game, feel free to do it. I got the guide for you. The thing about this year's universe mode, there's not as much options as the newer games. You're still going to hit new, and you're still going to choose one of the slots from this year's game. And now you have this screen, which is a little bit different. Same old thing applies though, you can adjust and, mess around with these. I like having all these on, but I'm gonna turn injury off just in case I don't want injuries to happen in my game. But if you guys want random injuries to happen, you can totally keep those on. If you go to the calendar, this game has 4 shows. Raw, Main Event, NXT, SmackDown. Some of you guys are going to want to keep Main Event. I'm not. I'm deleting Main Event off the show. When it comes to drafting rosters, you are absolutely going to want to do that because Raw here has 45 on the default, SmackDown has 36. And in the games, you want to keep them even. NXT, if you are using NXT, you're going to want to increase these up to 7 because that's how much you can do in this game. And you're definitely going to want to change some things around because there is not enough participants in NXT. I recommend about 40 to 50 people on each roster, whether or not you're recording this for YouTube or you're just doing this for fun. The bigger your roster is, the more likely you're probably just going to be having a fun universe mode because I would not recommend debuting everyone at the same time if you're recording on YouTube. Some of these pay-per-views you are also going to want to change because some of these pay-per-views you are not going to like on default. For example, I'm going to change Fastlane into something completely different. Maybe... I actually have no idea. The show details kind of work the same exact way as the new games. This is kind of where it was introduced into something kind of different. So if you guys want to change these pay-per-views, you could do it on this screen. Go back to my universe. In terms of rivalries, now this is something that is going to be entirely up to you guys. The thing is with rivalries, in-game cutscenes are not too bad. If you're playing this for fun and it's a regular universe mode, you're definitely going to want to have these on. However, if you're not, you're going to want to turn these off. Before you even worry about rivalries, get your champions sorted. This game already has a bunch of different champions sorted, and I have a lot of locked titles because this is a new save file, but don't worry about that. You can edit #1 contenders by, you know what, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hit this button, and I'm going to make Eric Rowan. Wait a minute, you can actually also make him champion from that screen too. Okay, this is actually kind of cool. You could just kind of switch him around, make different people champion. I did not know you could do that, but that's pretty cool. Make sure you have your team sorted out as well. You know, you don't want to use the same teams over and over again. You want to make some new things. You want to create some new stories, make some new teams. In terms of shows, probably shouldn't do more than 3, and that includes these. Now, a lot of you guys can use different logos and different appearances for your show. If you're trying to download things off Community Creations, unfortunately, you cannot. The servers are down. However, you could make your own logos if you choose. Promos are another thing you can do in this game, as well as have a bunch of different matches. However, in-game promos aren't so great. You gotta probably cut some better promos. I have a video on how to cut a decent promo. When you click on it, I recommend going into Edit Show, and then you can edit some things before you even start with anything. That is basically all the little small, really tiny basics I just went over. Now let's get into story. Me personally, when it comes to storylines, one storyline suggestion I have for you is doing something involving competition. Now, I suggested this in one of my previous How to Create the Best Universe Mode Ever videos. Raw versus SmackDown. NXT SmackDown, NXT versus Raw. I would like to do something like an NXT invasion angle. This already kind of sort of happened in real life, but you guys can, recreate different versions of that. Maybe even go into some of these superstars and go into somebody that you would never expect to be a heel. Like, for example, John Cena in 2021, you'd probably never see go heel. Turn him heel. See what happens. You'd probably have a lot of fun with it. Honestly, you can go to Tyler Breeze and you can make him the biggest babyface in the entire company. Give him your world title. Like I said, see what happens. You can also do the same thing with Titus O'Neil. Look at what I did here in the rivalries. Titus O'Neil has a WWE title shot against Dean Ambrose. As you can see, I just simmed to Extreme Rules. Titus O'Neil versus Dean Ambrose is the main event. Give the jobbers a chance sometimes. Don't even play the match. Make it entertaining to the point where you actually could possibly believe that a quote-unquote jobber can win the title. Okay, when you sim a lot of these matches, the commentary is going to talk over you. But watch what happened here. Okay, Dean Ambrose ended up winning this match. But you guys know what I'm saying. Just the possibility is nuts. I'm going to suggest this because I suggested this in 2018. You guys can add a money system like in the GM mode series if you guys are familiar with the GM mode series. I have no idea how you would be able to pull off a money system for 3 shows or 2 shows like Raw and SmackDown. But, you know, that is probably something that you could do best if you were playing this with a friend. This video would apply to literally everything, whether or not you were playing with a friend, recording this on YouTube, or just doing this for fun because you feel like it. There are some things in this game that you can't do, which, for example, is you can't necessarily pick your winners via simulation. You would have to play the match. I don't think there's a show intro option. I tried looking for the show intro option. I couldn't find it. So that's another unfortunate thing about this, which is why I recommend getting the other games. However, this is a 2K17 video for those who want to use 2K17. All the other tips that I've given in my last, videos have been kind of sort of the same, but a little bit different. This one is kind of different, but, there's just a lot of things in this game that you can't do in the newer games, which is why I recommend getting the other games. However, this is probably the best I can do for 2K17 standards. And in that case, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys found this tutorial helpful. And if you want me to do a 2K16 version, I'm probably going to do that next. So I'll see you guys later. Please subscribe.